Alex, this is Dan. Listen, pal, I'm afraid I've some bad news. I don't know how to tell you this, but, well, I shouldn't be saying this on the machine, but I'll be unreachable until Tuesday, so I've got to inform you as soon as possible. Here I am rambling when I should be telling you. Look, your novel was rejected. I couldn't get it passed. I'm really sorry. I know you've been working on it for the past 2 years, but don't worry. You said this is the last one, but I think I can pull some strings. If you can deliver a solid story by the end of next week, I promise you'll get a good shot. Just a story, mind you, a detailed outline, something gripping, and I'll get them to read it. Can you do it? Of course you can. I'm sorry for telling you this on your machine, but I want to give you as much time as I can. So get writing. Call me, say, on Tuesday, and we'll set you up, alright? Once again, I'm sorry, but keep it coming, and I'll talk to you soon.
Alex, I didn't realize anyone was home.
Obviously not.
I had to give you this back. I've had it for so long. I saw it under the couch tonight. Forgotten I'd had it.
So did I. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, well, I remembered you had a tendency to leave your door unlocked. You gotta get out of that. It's a dodgy habit.
I'm beginning to agree.
Yeah, well, I had to return it. The guilt was making me break out in a sweat. How's that for friendship?
Thanks. I appreciate it. So, did you read it?
Yeah, it's not bad. Not realistic, but not bad.
Not realistic? Why do you say that?
I don't know. Just seemed a bit too convenient.
How's that?
Why? I'm not criticizing your God, am I?
No, I'm just asking, Philip, that's all. Why did you find it convenient?
I don't know. Let's see. I suppose when I was reading it, I thought that a detective was pretty good, but the author sort of too subtly helped him solve the mystery too conveniently.
You're right. It just gets harder and harder.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. Look, Phil, I'm sorry. I've got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, sure, I understand. So you've been writing again, I see.
Trying.
Sorry.
No, I don't mean you. I've just got a block, you know. I got to clear my head.
So you've been home a lot?
Most of the time.
Have you met him?
I've been inside all the time. I haven't had an opportunity.
Have you noticed anything about him?
Like what?
Like who he might be?
I haven't even seen his face. I don't know what...
Have you read the papers recently?
Just today's.
Today's too late. This happened a while ago.
Look, I've been working to a deadline. And if I don't deliver, I'll be looking for a new job.
Well, if it's inspiration you want, look no further.
What do you mean? From what I've gathered, it's just an old man who's just moved in.
Mr. Garfield. He just moved in 2 weeks ago. He's already well in with the landlord.
How do you know that?
The way they talk, like they're old friends or something.
Have you been listening in at the door again?
I don't know about you, but if a murderer moves into the apartment next door, I think I have a right to know.
A murderer? Phil, he's just an old man.
How do you know? You don't even read the papers. You don't know the facts.
Do you want a drink?
Please. It's him. He's definitely a suspect.
You're not going to start stalking him, are you?
All right, you need to be filled in on what's going on in the outside world. When you hear what this guy did, you want to get him as bad as I do.
Maybe. But if I don't?
Shut up and listen. The murder I'm talking about happened about 3 weeks ago in Galway on a farm somewhere not too far outside the city. The victims were an Englishman named Stanley Myrne and his Irish fiancée, Sarah Kennedy. They were to get married in June, if all went well and they avoided any glitches. Well, I'd call getting stuffed into a hammer mill a glitch, wouldn't you?
They were what?
You see, Stanley was introduced to Sarah about a year ago through her husband-to-be at the time, a Mr. Martin Ingram. Bad luck on Mr. Ingram's part when they seemed to hit it off. They hit it off even better when Stanley invested his already sizable fortune into some low-lying shares on the stock market. He'd received a tip that proved to be quite fruitful. He doubled his savings. Sarah hugged him that little bit tighter. Poor old Ingram was left to rot on his farm, which was losing money by the minute. So I ask you, what do you do? I guess the only thing you can do is strangle your only love in a rich bow and stuff them tits up into your only friend, Mr. Hammermill.
What the hell is a hammer mill?
It's used for making animal cocktail carcasses. It's like a giant waste disposal unit.
Yeah, how does that work? You can't dispose of a body that way, not to mention two.
Oh, Mr. Ingram knew what he was doing. He had it all sussed out. Putting human bodies through a hammer mill is a lot easier than animals for 2 reasons. 1, human bones are a lot thinner than animals. They break more easily. 2, humans don't have to be skinned. You just pop them straight in.
Yeah, but you got to get rid of what comes out the other end. You can't just dump it on the compost heap.
Oh, I'll get to that. Don't worry, be patient. First, he had to make sure the product was unrecognizable as human remains. He made sure that every part of the body was mashed up well. Then he had to grind the teeth into a fine powder.
What about the hair?
He burnt that on the head, turned it into a type of charcoal. Everything the bodies touched was cleaned with a green lucerne. Following that, he fed more animal carcasses through the mill so the human cells were removed completely from the machine. All traces disappeared. Now, for the crowning moment. You're gonna love this. The disposal.
Well, let's hear it.
He did this in 3 parts. He made 3 meals out of it.
Oh, God, you're not going to say he ate it.
No, worse than that. He made 3 meals out of it. A fine bone meal, a meat meal, and a blood meal. The chickens had enough to eat for 3 weeks. Yeah, apparently they grew to be big bastards and produced more eggs than ever. Had any omelets recently, Alex? Chewy, were they?
If his plan was so foolproof, how did they figure all this out?
No man can avoid the pitfall of circumstance. He was the jealous husband, and he was the last to be seen with them. All he could do was cover his tracks. But he overlooked something. You see, he liked to play word games with the detectives. You know the kind. They're out the back feeding my chickens. That kind of stuff. But unfortunately, his nerves got the better of him and he fled the farm. The detective in charge of the case had his suspicions, of course. Through these obvious word games, he had an idea of how he did it and had the flock slaughtered. The fowl were examined and they found human cells in their blood. The penny drops. His only mistake, apart from being too bloody obvious.
And you think he's across the hall from us?
Let me tell you what I know already. 1, he looks like Ingram. I haven't seen him properly, but what I have seen, he's a pretty good match. 2, he moved here the day a warrant was released for his arrest and the murder became official. 3, he never goes out during daylight. He only goes out at night, and it's not to a job. He's not fit enough physically. I've heard him some nights coughing up, blood and phlegm and all that sort of shit.
I get the picture.
So he's sick man physically. Mentally, he has yet to be proven innocent.
Guilty.
Whatever. 4, through my eavesdropping, I've learned that he's moved up from the country, and he goes way back with the landlord. He's a really good friend. So, 5, he's not paying any rent. He's an unregistered lodger. Anyway, I've been building you up to my final clues, the best of the bunch.
What are they?
1 week ago, when you were away at your sister's, there was a scuffle in the courtyard down below between some drunk kids and some of the younger tenants. You know the kind of dregs the landlord lets in here. Anyway, the coppers were called. And they rolled in here around midnight, the time that Garfield usually takes his nightly stroll. The scuffle persuaded the coppers to look inside the building. They must have found some drugs on the kids or something. I don't know. When Garfield heard them enter the building, he stopped at the top of the stairs, turned back and disappeared into his apartment and locked the door. He didn't come out again, not even when the coppers left. Now, if you think all of these are loose clues that need some connection to string them all together, here it is. Garfield Hardware Limited happened to produce a farm implement that's used to dispose of nasty, dead animal carcasses. You know, the kind you might use when you have that job to do. So, do you still think I'm overreacting?
I don't know. It's still vague. But it's interesting.
Yet not convenient. Seven minutes. Where were you?
With the collar of his waterproof turned up about his ears and the cord of his hood tickling his throat, Mick Kelly trudged northwards. He had just disembarked from the 6:30 train from Galway and was intent on reaching his good friend before 7 o'clock. He congratulated himself that he would make it sooner than expected. He had a lot to tell his friend, but had little time. Hi, Dan. This is Alex. Yeah, I'm working on it right now, and I think it's going to be big. Definitely. This is the one. Hey, don't worry. You're not going to be disappointed. Recalling the murder was a grisly feat that sent chills up Marcus's spine. Never before had he heard such a tale, especially so graphic and disturbing from a friend of so many years. What disturbed him more than the details of the recount was the manner in which it was told. Kelly spoke of his deed with relish. It was not what bothered me. In fact, that was the easy part. I'm sure you've thought of it yourself, how easy it is to kill someone, how easy it is to drain the life from one's body, to feel it go limp in your hands. No, what proved to be my greatest chore was the cleanup. I had so many tracks to cover that I never thought I'd get away clean. But I believe I thought of everything. I believe I'm free. All I need now is a roof for a few days, just so I can get my bearings. Would you have a room? It was difficult to execute, but the excuse of a family returning for a birthday proved satisfactory, and so Kelly was offered a flat without rent for a few days. It was all he needed.
He's leaving, you know.
What?
Garfield's getting out of this place.
He can't. I haven't finished the story.
Have you heard anything more about him? I've been keeping an eye and an ear out for him, but he hasn't been stirring. I think he's getting more sick by the day, from what I can tell.
That's why he's not going out anymore at night. I wish he'd do something.
Don't tell me you're stuck again. Do you need to be led through it hand in hand?
I don't. I'm just stuck on a plot point.
Which is?
I've everything in place. His motive, the murder, his escape, I even have the end written. I just don't know where he'd slip up. If he doesn't go out anymore in daylight, how's he going to be discovered?
Have you tried knocking?
It's got to be something better than that, you know. That's too easy. It's too...
Convenient.
Exactly.
Maybe that's what you need. Something simple. Think of it this way. How many writers get the actual opportunity to have a murderer living in the apartment across the hall from them? Don't let this opportunity slip away.
If it works, he'll see me. Then he'll smell a rat. He'll probably stuff me into his blender.
Think of it as another life experience.
No. There's no point in putting myself at risk. Hello. Could I speak to Mr. Garfield, please?
What room is he in?
3A, top floor.
I'll just check.
Thanks.
Now let's see what happens.
Take the bait.
That wasn't too successful.
We could put an anonymous note under his door to arrange a meeting, tell him we were onto him.
You're not Jimmy Stewart, Philip. Besides, it's only advisable to do that if you're surrounded by other possible spies. We're across the hall from him. His room faces a garden surrounded by tall trees, and he never opens his curtains. I've already checked. So he doesn't exactly have a large selection of suspects. Anyway, it's got to be original. There's no point in stealing ideas. You know what? We should try and get into his flat. The next time he goes out, if he does, we should break in, check the place out.
Don't be too hasty, Alex. You don't end up in jail yourself. He doesn't go out for that long.
You could keep an eye out for me.
Wonderful. Thank you for involving me.
Hey, you started all this. Now I want to nail him. That makes you responsible for anything I do. You're an accomplice. I forgot. You mentioned my name. Do you think he heard it?
No. He had to go all the way downstairs. He probably wasn't even listening. Otherwise, why would he have hung up?
Nerves?
As far as I can remember, I did say something about my being across the hall, but that was too soon for him to hear.
Right.
As for my name, that's just a coincidence, he'll say.
Of course. I mean, the worst thing that can happen is he'll probably say that someone may be staking out the building. Garfield's apartment probably because it's the back of the house, away from the street. Garfield will be on the move pretty soon, so the landlord will just move him to another apartment. That's the worst thing that can happen.
So really, all we're doing is scaring away a suspected killer. Maybe that'll put him out in the open.
Maybe we need a life.
Maybe. That's what I can use as his last mistake. Too convenient?
The landlord's just arrived. I better get my rent together. I'll see you later.
All right.
Never saw things going so right.
Still at the writing, I see.
Trying at least.
Disturbances?
No, I've just gone blank.
So there's been no disturbances?
No. Should there be?
Oh no, I was just wondering if you were having any trouble with any of the other tenants, that's all.
No, none at all. Philip hardly moves at all in 3B, and as for 3A, I don't think there's anybody over there.
Oh, there's someone there, all right. Yeah, he's there most of the time. Actually, he's a friend of mine, and I'd appreciate it if you didn't bother him. He's having a tough time at the moment, but he'll be leaving soon.
Oh, don't worry, I won't go near him. I'll even keep the music down.
Huh? Don't worry about that. He's hard of hearing, yeah, he's deaf in his left ear.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, well, there you go. I'll leave you to it.
Goodbye. As time grew shorter, Marcus found himself calling more frequently to his fugitive friend, knocking his patented code on the door each time for a response. With every visit, the rhythm of the knock became like an insistent melody, a tune that would not leave his head, like a recently heard song that refuses to go away. It was safe to say it was eating him up inside.
Oh my, how they fly. Blue days, all of them gone. Nothing but blue sky. from now on. Ain't nothing but blue skies from now on.
Here's the completion of The Lodger in Room 3A.
May all your stories be inspired by death.
I've you to thank.
That's right. I expect a large cut of the profits. So, have you decided what to do about the real murderer?
I don't care. I've got what I wanted.
Don't you want to be a hero?
Heroes don't get paid.
Sounds like a Chuck Norris movie.
Let's drink to it anyway.
Philip. Wait!
Jesus. What have you done?
Oh, God.
Why?
He was on to me. He saw me looking at him through the spy hole. He knew I knew the secret knock. The landlord found out about the phone call. I could tell. He was waiting outside in the corridor, and then he came in.
He's dead.
We can say it was self-defense, right? You'll back me, won't you? I mean, he's a killer. He's a murderer.
I made it all up.
What?
I made it all up. I made everything up. To help you with your story. He didn't kill his fiancée. There was no murder. His wife died 5 weeks ago. He locked himself away in the apartment to get away from it all. At night, he visited her grave just around the corner.
Everything.
Not everything. He did know the landlord and he wasn't paying any rent. Everything else. He was sick recently. That's why he didn't come out as much. The plane ticket was a present from the landlord. A consolation.
How do you know all this?
I asked. When he moved in, I talked to him for a few minutes. The landlord filled me in on the rest. Jesus, what are we going to do?
Why didn't you tell me your idea was an idea?
Trying to help you. I knew you'd be too stubborn to take it if I told you it was just an idea. I was trying to help you think.
This is what happens. Phil, you gotta help me. I don't know what to do. The landlord already thinks that I was staking his apartment out. That's what he'll say.
I don't know, man. This is bad. You're in a bad situation.
This is your situation too. You're a conspirator. You're as much to blame as me. We're in this together. This is your fault, Phil. You've got to get us out of this.
I know what I can do for you.
Congratulations, Mr. Hadley. How does it feel to have your first book published?
Pretty good.
Okay, just sign there, and that will make it official. That's fine. I suppose you've heard about Alex Sims' arrest.
As a matter of fact, I was just wondering about him. He was with you for a while, wasn't he?
Yeah, for a while, but he just wasn't churning out the material. It really did come as a surprise to hear about that incident, but I doubt you're complaining.
Just happy to be able to fill in.
Well, I believe with this book we're going to make a lot of sales. The Lodger in Room 3 is going to be a big hit, I can guarantee that. Well, I hope our payment is to your liking. As you know, there will be a substantial percentage included.
I understand.
So, I believe that's everything. I hope this is all convenient enough for you.
Very, very convenient.
Blue skies smiling at me. Nothing but blue skies do I see. In the morning there's bluebirds singing a song. Nothing but bluebirds from now on. I never saw the sun shining so bright, never saw things going so right. Noticing the days hurrying by when you're in love, my how they fly. Blue days, all of them gone. Nothing but blue skies from now on. Believe it, blue skies from now on. Nothing but blue skies.